Testing, testing. This thing on? Ah, the camera's a lot smaller than I thought. Welcome to episode 1 of... Haven't decided what I'm going to call this. Probably Maniac's Mind Space. That's my private story. And, you know, that's all my channel's about. Maniac, God, Maniac, all that. So, episode 1 of Maniac's Mind Space. I bring in the guests. And we chat. Scroll through Twitter and all that. Episode 1, I got my little brother, Destin.
Some.
Like I said, little brother, author, college student, all that good stuff.
Got 1 year left. It's like,
don't say that.
Exactly. I'm even like thinking about it, bro. Oh, you are old. You're like 30. Basically. 30.
What are you gonna say when I am 30? I'm gonna be
50.
pushing for
50. That's the next goal. There's no one's happy about being 40. You can be happy about being 50.
That's crazy. I've been saying like after 25, I'm gonna be doing like birthdays every 5 years, celebrate, and then 50, it's every 10 years. You're saying after 30,
yeah, no, after 30, yeah, you go straight to 50, but
straight to 50, yeah. Right? No, so no 35,
no 30. There's nothing to celebrate in there. 40 isn't a celebratory
40's
year.
I feel like 40 is a good number. Maybe not 35.
What relevance does 40 have? It's not like you don't like divisible by anything. It's like you're just 40, like 50. That's what
it's like half the expected lifespan. Expected lifespan's like 80.
I would say not I want to say the expected lifespan is 100.
No, it's like 78, I think, for guys. 80 for women. So yeah, 40's like your halfway mark.
I was thinking 50 was the halfway mark.
No, so yeah, we can celebrate 40s. So anyway, how do we get? Oh yeah, college. How's your college been? How do you feel about college overall? Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I stole that from work.
Look at. I don't think you should incriminate yourself like that.
I mean, it was in Lost and Found for like 3 hours. And like, and it's cool because like if I'm like,
I thought you could say like 3 days.
No, 3 hours. I was like, but it was like 3 hours to closing, so the person wasn't gonna come back for it. And I was like, yeah,
you
you're
need
not
to
gonna
give
walk
them
up
the
like,
next day.
when next time I go to the bars, I'm gonna walk up to the host and be like, hey, smile for the camera, and let me send you the picture real quick. Hey, like, it's the game. That's game right there, bro.
That actually is game.
That's game right there, bro. That's game right there.
Does it actually like?
No, of course not. No. No. But I mean, like, if you, I mean, like, yeah, you gotta like, right there. Like, you gotta turn the flash on. It's like, oh, that's like perfect hand placement too, because like the flash is right there. It's like,
right.
Yeah, I gotta get my reps in. Like,
wait, so what are you gonna do when they ask for the picture?
Cross that bridge when we get there. Cross that bridge when we get there.
I guess that's solid.
But yeah, college, it's not bad or anything. It's not ready for it to be over. I think I was destined to be a college student. I think going to work for 8 hours a day.
There are people that are like that. Like college is just like their zone.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I'm like going to work, coming.
What? Why did that happen?
So no, okay.
Yeah, it's still going. I just don't know why the monitor turned off.
I was like literally going to work for 8 hours, coming back and getting high and playing video games. I think that's like my destiny in this world. I don't feel any more comfortable in this world.
I mean, that is probably the most comfortable. You gotta step outside.
I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone, but like within like the day when I have like day, that's my.
This is what just feels right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't step out of my comfort zone. I'm still like going out and doing stuff, but it's like if that's like what life is for the rest of my life, I don't hate that. I don't hate it. I don't have any responsibilities just yet. I'm like, but I feel like at the point I'm at right now, I have responsibilities, and like they're just gonna get like these like preparing me for like the real responsibilities.
What you talking about?
Like paying bills, making sure I'm like taking care of, buying groceries, stuff like that. Like,
fair.
I'm like, yeah. So this is like
the
free
trial.
Bills. Yeah. Well, I'm saying I've been paying
the free trial.
Yeah, the free trial to like
adulting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way of putting it. College is like, I miss college. I wish I did more college, like on campus college.
I don't think it's too late. I think you can, because.
I also don't want to be that 27-year-old on college campus.
Freshly
19. With the freshly 19.
One of my coworkers is like that, bro. Cause he just works at the dining hall. Like, he's just there. He be going out to like the parties and stuff. I'm like, bro, you're like 28.
Yeah, yeah. They're just a little
like
sketchy.
28, bro. I'm like.
I mean, we all love beautiful college women, but like you get to a certain age, it's like, okay, maybe I need to step away from this.
I'm happy with the way you worded that. Did you say, yeah, we all love fresh 18-year-olds, and I was like, let's dial it back a bit. Let's pull it back a bit.
We're only 5 minutes in. I can't start with those jokes already. Mm-hmm. We'll get there. Time will tell. Right. College. So yeah, in college for creative writing. Mm-hmm. Tell the people about your story. You got a story on Wattpad? Wattpad.
Unfortunately, I'm putting that story on the shelf for now. I've lost a good bit of passion for writing as I am right now. Well, writing that story at least. movies.
I got you.
Because I ran into a couple of like roadblocks with writing and everything, and I was like, I don't.
Is it about the legalized sexual assault?
Sexual assault is not legalized. Sexual assault is criminal. In that story, sexual assault is like punishable. Like you're getting a life sentence, bro. They got like 99% conviction rate, bro.
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
an
making
ongoing joke. It's about legalized assault, right?
Legalized assault. There we go.
In just a way. Tell us about the book. I
literally have like a script in my head for this. So
let's get it.
You don't have a girlfriend, right?
Nah.
Let's say you did have a girlfriend, right?
Right.
Your girlfriend's like bad as hell, and I liked your girlfriend. And one day I decided I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm just gonna rock your shit. It is now my legal right after that to start dating your girlfriend. So in this world, birth rates declined by like 90% for a couple years due to things like hookup culture, people like only wanting to find their soulmates, like race standards and everything. People just really wanting to get into relationships and like commit to them. So birth rates declined. There were like no babies being born. Like that's really what happens. We just walk in this rock.
I'm sorry. I decided. Ooh, okay, continue.
Yeah, so like the world governments, they were like trying to find ways to fix it, and then the newly elected president of the United States came along, and he was like, "Hey man, you should be like back in the day, no one really cared about relationships or anything. If somebody wanted your girl, they would just take them. They would beat the shit out of you and take your girl. You had to fight back for it. So let's bring that.
Shout
back,
out Vinland Saga, man.
Shout out Vinland Saga. And like, he came around, he's like, "Yeah, you should be able to fight for relationships." And first of all, the guy had like crazy aura. Like he walked in there, everybody was like kneeling. They knew he was about to say something important. Second of all, they didn't have any
pause, right? Like, the prologue is one of the best prologues I've ever seen. He, sorry, woo, don't do drugs, guys. Drugs are bad. Yeah, the way he described the president, I literally had to text him. I was like, "Yo, this is he. This is he." Anyway, continue.
Yeah, I was like, I literally had to think. I'm like, how can I give this old man aura? I'm just like, I had to do something because I was like, he had to be intimidating or something. He had to. The thing I was literally in my mind, I was like, the aura of a king. Because that's, I was like, yeah. So, yeah, like he came along, he proposed the idea of being able to fight for relationships. And of course, people like were outraged by it at first when the bills got passed. There were like riots. Yeah, exactly. Like there were like riots and stuff. People were like protest. There's still protests going on to this day because they're like, but eventually, people realized it's not the worst. Like fitness rates were up and everything because people were like all in the gyms trying to get ripped and stuff so they could defend their love. Crime rates were down, like because the punishments for rape, sexual assault, and unjustified assault and battery and things like that. Nearly 99% conviction rate, and you're going to jail for life.
I think, crazy thing to say, if we made punishments for breaking crimes like just drastically severe, like unreasonably severe, it makes sense that crime would drop, right? Like,
yeah, 100%.
Japan, with their 99% conviction rate. Imagine if every crime was minimum 10 years, and you have a 99% conviction rate, crime would just like cease to exist.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, where was it? I was like, yeah, but then it was like, yeah. So then it eventually, kind of like became like the norm. It was like people started forming gangs because at first there was because they had like amendments to the bills as time went on. So people started forming gangs. They were straight out jumping people for like there was nothing like they didn't cover one-on-one fights. They're like, hey, we're gonna go jump this guy and get his girl back. So that's what they were doing. So people started forming gangs and everything. And the main character, he's never really like seen love or anything. He's like, had like flings and everything, but he's never really like felt the pull to somebody.
Just like you, for real?
Just like, well, I've had the pull to somebody. It's just like, we don't talk about that, right?
I was just talking about getting no love.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I was like, he's never really felt it until he met this girl, and first of all, the girl beat the shit out. I'm not sure if you made it that far in there.
I gotta catch up.
Yeah. And she rocked his shit, genuinely. And this something I'm like, that's like, because I was like, whenever you were reading, I was like, you're probably gonna think, I was like, yeah, girls can beat up guys. I was like, in this world, the genetic difference that makes men stronger than women doesn't exist. That's not real. This is a fictitious world. That's not there. I did not. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like,
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, because I had to formulate some way. I'm like, because
I wonder what like the world would be like if that was a thing for real.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like,
there's like almost all of our society is built on
men above women. This is more just
right.
They're equal. But I was like, yeah, he meets this girl, and they, because you haven't read that. Well, technically, I haven't read it up to the part that I was about to talk about. I haven't written up to that part. I'm like literally one chapter away from
don't spoil
that part. Yeah. So yeah, he just meets a girl, and they click. There we go.
You got some fire in the closet.
I do got some fire in the closet. Yeah. And the last chapter, the chapter I'm like currently writing, or that I want to finish writing before like being done. I also can't write because my computer broke. But yeah, so I'm like, but Literally the last chapter I'm right. It's Belle's conversation.
Do I still have? Anyway.
Yeah, I was like, it's Belle's conversation. I'm just gonna get a repair when I get paid. I'm not tripping. I was like, yeah, it's Belle's Belle starts talking to the president guy, and I really liked where I was cooking there, and I'm like, ugh. But I don't have passion for anything going forward.
Don't feel the
literally, and I'm like,
that's unfortunate.
yeah.
Gives me time to catch up though.
It does.
Like when I was reading, I got like halfway through the first chapter. Like I finished the prologue halfway through the first chapter. I was like, oh, this is fire.
Yeah.
And then freaking Twitter just zaps all of my attention.
That's fair.
I just scroll that app for hours.
That's why I literally like start throwing my phone.
I still haven't finished the 6 Percy Jackson book. Because it's on my phone and it's like if I had the option to be on my phone, it's like
I'm saying like I asked Grandma could she like because I knew Grandma had Kindles. So like Grandma, can I have one of your spare Kindles? She gave me like it was like a tablet. It was a Kindle, but it was like a smart tablet. And I'm like,
that defeats the purpose.
I'm still going to go scroll. Like, I downloaded a freaking Dokkan battle on that tablet. That was the first thing I did before I even got the Kindle out. So I was like, I don't like having Dokkan on my main phone because it takes up too much space. So if I have a tablet, I'm going to get Dokkan.
That makes sense. Oh, I was like, why would I ever need a tab? I've never thought about all the space.
Yeah, it's just
take up on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Call of War is like almost a fifth of all of my space.
Jeez. I was looking at Dokkan. I was like, Dokkan's like 20 gigabytes. And I'm like, I can't just have that on my main phone.
Rough. That's rough.
Mm-hmm. I still do though. Addicted, man. Mobile games.
There's something about mobile games. They just hook me for a little bit so tightly, and then I just completely drop them. Like I haven't touched Civ 6 since the last time we talked about it. But I know if I open it up again, I'm gonna be on it for 8 hours straight.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's Civ. There's something that like literally I was maybe like my first 2 semesters of college. I would be at parties, and then I'm like, I'm going home now. Like there was like a random thing would click in my brain. I was like, I'm going home and I'm playing Civ.
I remember I told you. You told me that, and I was like, oh, now they got Civ Mobile. It was like
it's the worst. I still have it on my phone. I haven't touched it though, because I'm like, I know if I do this.
Bad. It's so.
It's also
bad.
like because you can't like go in there and like choose your civilization on Civ Mobile. When I was trying to, they always load me into like some random one. I was trying to.
No, you can, cause the one I'm currently on, Teddy Roosevelt. Like yeah.
Nah, bro, just set me up, man. Nah.
However, you can't pick your location. Like I'm Teddy Roosevelt, but I'm pretty sure that America is in Italy.
Oh yeah, no. You can't choose your location. No, you get a random spawn.
Which is crazy.
But I know you can like set it up and you get like good spawns and everything. But if like you're in America,
yeah, I think like Charlotte and New Orleans are like right next to each other. I'm like.
Well, it's because like when you find somewhere, it just gives them a name.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like just throw random American cities. I'm like, that's not how.
Yeah.
When I saw Teddy Roosevelt, I thought it was actually going to be on the American continent. I was like, oh, let me.
No, because you just like spawn in like a land mass.
Because like Call of War is so good. I wish Call of War just wasn't just war. Like had the civil side that Civ has. Because picking your own spot and just like branching out, it's so.
But I think in Civ 6 you can like choose. Well, you can like choose. Like the layout, you can get like the world map as like your.
Yeah, that's what I've done the world map.
Yeah, I just don't think you can like
being
choose in America. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
I normally just do a PG because I'm like I hate siege traveling in that game. I hate boat combat in that game.
Interesting.
Because I played, it was one of the water based civs. It was like the Coupe or something. I hated it.
I did I wasn't like on an island, but like my second city was an island because there was nothing. There was like really not much landmass nearby, so I got used to the sea travel real quick. But all my boats would get because I never really built a navy, so all my boats would just get captured by some random people. Yeah, I have to go free my not travelers, but the settlers.
Yeah, that's what I hate. I was like, if I like send a settler on a boat, it's gonna get kidnapped. I'm like, I'm just not gonna have a navy.
I just found out in my last game that you can have a navy to go along with your. I'm like, that's how that works. How the fuck did we get here?
I don't mobile games. I was talking about I was like, because Dokkan. I was like, reading on.
Oh yeah, reading.
Yeah, that's like, reading on the tablet to Dokkan to mobile games to Civ. Yeah.
Reading. Did you read the 6 Percy Jackson?
I did not know because I was rereading the other Percy Jackson series and then.
I think I might buy the book.
The hardcover, yeah.
Yeah, because that would make me actually read it.
I'm not like getting a library card was one of the better choices I've made.
I want to so bad, but I don't.
Just go get a library card.
But then I never go do the things I do. And it was like a 2-week rental on a book.
There's some app. Like there's an app. If you go to the Pines system, any library with the Pines system, you can get an app. You can renew it from your phone. You can put books on hold from your phone. They'll ship in books from other places. They don't have it in stock. They'll ship a book to your library. One of my friends, he got the entirety of Invincible, just like from shipping it into the local library. And
What the?
yeah, the Pines app, yeah.
I'm finna get that beat right next. I was just thinking about going to get a library card, but I was like, am I ever really gonna read a book in 2 weeks?
I was rereading like a bunch of like old book series I was reading when I was a kid, and it's so hard to like walk through the kids section of a library without feeling like a predator. It's very hard. I'm not gonna lie. Cause like the lady, like I was cause I was looking. I didn't have a book series in mind specifically. I was just like walking down the aisle. I was like, oh hey, I'd read that. And this lady, she just like had her eyes on me the whole time. I'm just like, she thinks I'm like praying, and I'm like, no, I'm just looking for books, man.
Why is that where your mind would go when she's staring? Maybe she just didn't like black people. Did that ever cross your mind?
Maybe I
You
don't
went
know.
straight to predator.
Because I'm walking through the kids section of a library. I think it's more of, hey, this guy's walking through the kids section.
I mean, were there kids in the kids section?
There was like one, and I literally purposely tried to avoid that kid so I didn't look like a predator.
Okay, so yeah, I don't think that's that. If you're just like, this is a bunch of kids walking around, you over here looking down at books and stuff, that could be kind of sketchy.
There was one kid, and I was like,
Yeah, maybe she was racist. Maybe she didn't
I could have been.
assume you were a predator. Was it a white lady?
Yeah, I was white lady.
Yeah, old white lady.
Middle age. What was it? Middle age and then say 30.
Honestly, for a woman.
That might be true.
Yeah. Let's stop.
What's up, bro?
My brother.
What's going on?
What's going on, Kobe?
Bro, is he asleep?
Possibly,
This
cause
nigga's not waking up. I don't want to go in there because I'm here.
right.
I'm trying to get some weed so I can hair dye. What y'all doing? Y'all streaming?
Yeah, I'm just episode 1 of my podcast. I'm just gonna be talking to and like basically like do a mini interview, and then we scroll my Twitter timeline and give takes on.
Type shit.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about this biblical war going on, man? Has nothing to do with us, you know?
Yeah.
I was saying we probably
Nothing to do with
right now
us.
my Twitter timeline is literally all that, so we're probably gonna end up getting into it on the
Has
stream.
nothing to do with us.
Can't wait to be a draft dodger, man.
Oh, I already got
Can't
my
wait.
draft last year. I got my draft later last year, bro.
No way.
You for real?
Yeah, I told y'all. You don't remember? I told y'all. I said, bro, I got drafted.
No, I do not remember that.
Bro,
That's
so like
insane.
last year.
I was gonna edit all
Before
this
the-
out, but this is making the podcast.
Like before what's his name? Before Biden got out of presidency.
Yeah.
Remember they had that whole thing going on where like you had to register for the military, and if you don't, it's gonna be a felony. Well, I've been registered
I
for the
did not.
military since high school.
I committed a felony on accident.
Yeah, if like when the draft do go into play and you're not registered for the thing, you can get a felony.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you got to sign up for that when you vote, like to vote anyway, to select the
Man,
military
I've been
service.
registered for the army since nigga junior
Shit,
year.
I have too.
Yes, and I got the letter in the mail.
The letter is
crazy. It said this is the official draft letter. You're not getting. They was like you're not getting drafted now, but like you're potentially to get. You're potentially.
They
to
said
get
pack your
drafted."
bags,
They're
man.
Like, pack your bags.
Bro, thank you for your service, man. Thank you for your future service, buddy.
I
Who's
said,
sending you to the lines?
I'm probably gonna go to jail before I get drafted.
I'm so serious. I see people
Probably
talk about
so
going to
far.
Cuba. I'm like, I'll just go to
Going
jail.
to Cuba is crazy.
Yeah, I'll
You
just
better-
go to
you better
jail.
out- Yeah, I said, you better go to jail because you know you can sit in there for about 6 months and get out. And you
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, how long they keep me? They're not gonna keep me in there for the whole war.
I said, bro, they better hope Iran don't blow up Game 7 tonight. I mean, they playing.
That's the thing. They can't reach us.
You say that now. You say that.
No, like their
They
Air
go
Force
past-
doesn't have the capability
Oh, yeah.
to, like,
That
to make it
missiles
past,
come.
like, they can't even make it to the far side of Israel.
That is true.
And we're talking about they're gonna bomb U.S. I'm like, are you?
No, Israel wants to bomb U.S. if we wasn't gonna help them. They was threatening us.
They. Oh my God.
They was threatening us. If we didn't help them,
He said it with a fucking
they were
straight
gonna-
face.
Oh, me?
No, there was like, I think one time it was Ben Shapiro saying it, and then
There was a dude.
Yeah, Yahoo was
the
like,
day
oh,
after
beach.
9/11. The day after 9/11, there was a dude on the news, and he was talking about how Israel was going to nuke us one day. Like he said, they're going to nuke us. They're going to nuke us one day. I
greatest
just-
ally.
Our greatest ally. That's really not.
We're
even
19
ally.
minutes
We're
in. I
paid
feel
off.
like this is fine. A little bit of Jew criticism towards 20-minute mark should be fine.
Nothing towards the Jews. They do.
Right?
this.
No, it's just Netanyahu that I don't know how many people in the government are as bad as him. He's facing corruption charges, so Netanyahu in his government. So I'm like, if he gets out, I don't know if somebody just as bad is gonna replace him. But the fact that he's facing mad corruption charges, I feel like they want him out of there just as much as I do.
Fucking wild.
How do you?
I blame Ishmael and Isaac for this, especially Ishmael, because this is his lineage. Well, technically, both of them are.
They're not. It's hard to even because most of them are just European descent. Like,
No. So look. That's like afterwards, but technically, this is how it is.
It's just like
when the Palestinian and Israeli war first started. This is like
which one are you talking about?
Like after Christ.
Okay.
AC.
Yeah.
You got it before Christ and after Christ. Because before Christ was when
Ottoman
Moses,
Empire type.
Yeah, when Moses freed the Israelites. That was the first half of it. Like he freed the Israelites and then he tried to take them to the chosen, which is Jerusalem. That was in Palestine first. The Palestinians, they had rule over that. When the Israelis tried to come in, the Palestinians was going for that shit. It was like, because like I said, Ishmael and Isaac. Ishmael was the first son of Abraham. He wanted to be a part of the covenant, but he couldn't because
I didn't read the Bible again.
Because Sarah went behind God's back and told Hagar to sleep with Abraham. Hagar is the mother of Ishmael. That was the first son of Abraham. So like that's the
fidelity. That's
the Palestinians and the Arabs. Like even in the Bible it said that Ishmael's people were gonna grow up to be wild, like a wild descendant of people. These niggas blow themselves up for what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? The only thing
somebody fact check that.
The only thing I don't like about the whole thing, like even though like Isaac, the Israelites are part of the covenant. My mom was talking about them. She was saying like the reason why like don't let the politics fool you, but she was like the real war is like it's basically Israel been trying to build this temple for God and the Palestinians weren't going for that.
They're sure they're going to rebuild a third temple
and they're trying to
create greater Israel, all that good stuff.
So that's how like it's really all biblical, bro.
The Israeli state from to the West Bank, and then I think a little bit westward. I can pull up a map or whatever, but yeah, it's a plan they've been talking about since like 50s.
Bro, this shit. We in the end of times. I'm not saying the end of the world's finna happen, like, but we're in the end of days, basically saying like, I believe it. Hey, look, cat, bro. Y'all ever watch American Jesus?
No.
Or
is it a TV show?
Yeah, it's on Netflix, bro. It's basically about this little white boy. He grew up basically thinking he was Jesus, like, cause he could do shit that Jesus was doing. So like, when he moved to Mexico, they was calling him Jesus. The nigga's basically the poltergeist. He's the devil. He's the son of the spawn of the devil. Cause he could just do what of course he could do shit that Jesus do, cause he's the part of the devil.
Yeah, that's freaky.
So after watching that movie, there's a part like at the end where the nigga ended up becoming the president of the United States, and he's going to try to destroy Jerusalem. And you know how they always say in the Bible that Christ will return and all that.
Nice.
Christ returned into a little girl this time, like in the show. And like he trying to kill her, but she ended up playing them and all that shit. But like basically, I honestly do feel like the Bible is playing into place. I'm not gonna sit here and say Donald Trump is fucking the poltergeist. Whoever the fuck the poltergeist is right now is pulling the strings. Yeah. We don't know who the fuck. Christ will return.
I love that my channel's still super small, so I can say stuff like fucking Yahoo and no one notices, because most of my videos people drop off before the 9-minute mark anyway. So it's
that's how I be on my switch.
Yeah.
Dang. But who cares? Y'all gonna come back anyway.
if they do make it to this part, and there's gonna be some people who be like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So if you're my audience, okay, that's cool.
I need to get my boy said, bro, I gotta catch up. I have not caught up on none of the manga. I've been letting it add up so I can read.
What you been reading?
One Piece.
I
caught up.
Yeah, they need to catch up.
No, yeah, I'm caught up. I'm just not caught up in the manga. Like I'm on LDF.
No, that's not caught up.
Yeah,
that's not caught up.
One Piece something you gotta read like weekly. Like you.
This is happening
this
week.
I said, bro, I needed to.
It's happening today.
Because I could read. He know me. Me and him could read probably like 200 chapters in a day.
Reread.
I could read almost 500 chapters.
Once you catch up, reread. That's what I do. That's what I do.
You know Sarah for the end?
Yeah.
So they're probably never gonna get another season. So you got manga. Bruh, when I tell you I caught up in the manga in the span of 24 hours. We drove to South Carolina. I was going from the chapter where they ended on the season. Caught up, and them chapters are long. Cause they only drop
the 50
they drop like every 5 months.
Is it still going?
Yeah. Bro, that storyline is too good for it to not be.
Like, I never peeped it.
That's one of the most underrated animes ever. I'm just sad they're not getting another season.
Sarah for the End.
Awari no Sarah. It's the vampire show.
Yeah, that's one of the things I never peeped.
Yeah, the only vampire show I've seen is Castlevania.
It's better than Castlevania. Castlevania lit. Just Netflix ruined it. Netflix ruined it, bro.
I gotta tap back in. Everybody's saying it's so peak.
It's peak. It's peak.
Halfway
Even
through season 3.
Nocturne is peak as fuck. I don't know if you watched it. I gotta finish. I got like 3 more episodes.
I didn't finish.
But even the regular Castlevania is peak. All 3 seasons. All 3 seasons of Castlevania and 2 seasons of Nocturne. Great.
I'll check it out.
I'm gonna watch Samurai no Yaba too. That's on Netflix.
I've been seeing stuff about Yaba.
I'm trying to watch that.
I saw it was like a clip from the last episode that looked peak. It looks good, like in terms of like animation and effects and stuff.
Netflix is cook. Now, one thing I will say, Netflix has learned from their mistakes from recent animes. Like if you watch Castlevania season 1, and if you watch Nocturne season 1, you'll definitely see where they picked up on. Even Devil May Cry. I don't know if you watched that one.
Nah,
Devil May Cry, no crazy.
I thought there was like, is there like an old one or like a
there's an old Devil May Cry one.
Yeah, I'm saying I could have sworn I watched it and everybody was like, oh, Devil May Cry just dropped. I'm like, is this a remake or did I not watch it?
No, it's not a remake. It's just a different franchise of Devil May Cry. It's not. It don't originate with the first anime. The first anime is hard too.
Got you.
It's like that real old gothic.
Yeah, cause I didn't watch it because I was like, oh, haven't I already seen this?
Yeah, no,
I thought Netflix just picked it up.
The new one is basically kind of like pushed more towards the game now, but the old one lit.
I'm gonna check
the
that
old
out.
one is kind of like what's that show called?
Give me a bit. I'm still coming to this over. I'm still like
Hell something. Hellstar.
Hellsing?
Yeah. If you could watch Hellsing, you could watch Devil May Cry.
I haven't seen Hellsing, but I heard that was hard.
Hellsing is a great one. I haven't even watched it, but I get spoiled a lot. So my problem is
this man lives in spoilers.
Telling me the story, and I'll put everything together. So that's why I don't be getting spoiled. Like, and she got the most swag though.
That's dope. It was like she's dope as fuck.
She's dope as fuck. All 3 of them. That girl would be dressing. I'll be like, she put that shit on. And like, I was like, shit, if you do bad that, you're in the game. You should know your kids are gonna be cool as fuck.
Oh, for sure. They're also gonna be short as fuck.
Damn,
they're also gonna be short.
She is small.
That's what I'm saying.
Find you a tree to climb.
I literally have to, cause like our dad set me and Destin back, bro. Cause he's 5'11". My dad's 5'11".
5'10".
My mom is 4'10". My mom is 4'10".
You gotta start talking about
on a good day. My mom's 4'10" on a good day. So like, my dad really set us back. So I'm like, and I love short girl. You seen every girl I've been with is my height or smaller. So
tall girls is where it's at right now. They're not getting enough love.
I literally am gonna have to,
bro.
for the sake of my bloodline.
Or get you a white girl like me.
He knows.
They're friends with white girls?
Always.
I'm so glad I can cut this out.
Once you go white, if she hop down on you, do it. Do it. Bro, because I ain't gonna cap, bro. Working at my job, bro, it be so many white women coming through there. I be like, I didn't know white women was this fine. Like, cause we was in Cobb. We didn't have fine white hoes at Campbell like that.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. It was not.
Like, and I mean, thick white girls be walking through my job. Fat. And I mean, working out type. Like, it was this tall white girl.
You went to Campbell High?
Yeah.
You only had fine white hoes at Campbell High?
No, we had some fine white girls.
Y'all missed out.
Where? Did we?
No.
I think because I was with all the white people in the Maggie program, and I didn't see none.
Not one.
Well.
If you counting cold white women,
I actually have no fucking.
I thought she was white and mixed with something.
I think she's
because I know, and then I know their dad is definitely black. Their dad has to be black or something, even Hispanic, Latino.
Have I seen
Latino, black, or Asian.
I can't.
They don't have a white dad.
But you remember Soccer Girl? Skinny, brown skin, pretty eyes.
I know. I just have to.
Her best friend. I forgot what her friend's name was. She was a bad white girl. But that's the only one I can think of.
I remember Lauren is because she played soccer, and I think I know you're talking about if the white girl played soccer too. Yeah, bro, but we didn't have no white girls at Campbell, man.
But Haley's just a typical white girl name, so maybe that's why I'm going to Haley.
My white girl named Hannah.
Oh, that's the best.
Hannah Nicole Huey.
He be with the white girls too.
I was
Bro,
like,
once
3
you go
different
white-
Hannahs just popped in my head. I was
Bro,
like,
once you, bro, handicap PJ. For my first white girl, once you go white, bro, you'll see. I see why he's. Yeah, I love black. The sweeter the darker the berry, the sweeter juice. That's never going to be different.
We're also cooked.
Bro, look, hold on, let me show you something. Do you see this?
do you scratched up by the way?
Yes, bro. Like, this is what white girls do to you, bro. They will scratch your ass up from fucking them too good.
Oh, I was about to say, is this like a violent thing or is it?
No, they be.
And when you start putting strikes, I was like, are you being assaulted or is this? That's fine. That's fine. I thought you were getting abused.
No,
like,
bro. But yeah, bro, get your white girl. You'll love that shit. I swear.
come to my gym, gang.
I'm thinking.
I know you starting. You got a new job. I know you getting money.
Job. I just get money at this job. I'm finessing. I run my job basically.
Wait,
and
you said you don't have a job?
I do. I'm trying to have a new job.
Oh, new job. Okay, yeah. I was about to say, wait, what do you mean? Can I see what your shirt on? I'm saying, don't tell me you just walking in this place like, I work here.
No. I just nah. Like I either host, I bus, I watch the dishes.
Yeah, I know you're getting a little bit of. You
I get tips every day, man.
You could toss some towards the gym. Come out.
Yeah.
Come show out.
I just got other shit to pay for.
Real,
right.
but
I'm waiting. But once my insurance go back down to like $250 instead of $400,
I don't even
$600.
want to think about insurance. I need to get another car, but I don't even want to think about insurance, bro.
Mommy been letting you drive her car?
Literally everywhere.
She probably gonna get a new one anyway.
She's such a godsend because I don't know what I would be. Because the fact that my job is trying to bankrupt me, if I wasn't Ubering all the time, I don't know what I'd be doing if I couldn't drive my car.
Over error, man. This shit done fucked up on me.
Alright. There's no way Kingston hasn't heard us and like moved a little
he
bit.
texted me, but that ain't. Yeah, he still ain't get his ass out the bed.
Alright. Well, this was a fun little first portion. I don't know how much of that we're gonna keep, but
story time.
let's get into the main event.
Bruh, I need Fate Stay Night to drop one more banger.
They're dropping something right now. I'm pretty sure. Dang.
Cause Grand Order, I didn't watch it yet, but I've been starting to see it and it looks cool.
Yeah. Grand Order is good. Apocrypha's good.
Anything before Grand Order was immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't take that for anything.
What is the name of the current Fate? Hold on.
It should be Grand Order or the one on Netflix where they're like in a computer simulation. That one's alright. And then Apocrypha is good if you really sit there and watch it, cause like you gotta understand like what's going on. Cause like at first you'd be like, I don't like bruh, cause it's like nigga, how do you have 2 powers? You can become Saber, and then you have this bitch.
Oh, Sieg's a bum.
Like
Sieg's a bum. I don't give a fuck about him, but the villain in Apocrypha, that's the best Fate villain right there. That's like my favorite Fate character right there.
Nah, but the main character in Apocrypha, the little crybaby dude.
Yeah, he's a bum.
He's not a bum. I respect him. Cause like at least he was trying. It's not like he was just being no bitch ass nigga. Like, he always wanted to help. He couldn't do nothing. Nigga suck. Then he had the bitch who's not even supposed to be somebody's what's the name helping him the whole time. And then she ended up becoming his servant when he ended up becoming Saber. So it was like nigga, you could use what's name's powers who just died now because you're not a real person. You're what was he again? He was like
it was about the little
not Aphrodite. It's something like that.
Homunculus, I'm pretty sure.
Homunculus, yeah. He was a homunculus. So it was like, so you could transform in this nigga Saber, the weakest Saber of them all, first of all. True. But you can still turn into him. And then you have this bitch. You have
Frankenstein's power, yeah.
Who's Frankenstein? Who?
Did you finish Apocalypse?
I didn't finish it.
Ooh,
I went second. No, you good. I don't, bro. PJ will tell you, I don't mind spoilers.
As much as this nigga
Except
spoilers,
the only show I mind spoilers on now is One Piece.
Yeah, that's fair.
Other than that, I don't mind. I never cared about spoilers. Except, like Black Clover, don't fucking spoil me. I'll fucking push you in your neck.
Man, I'll spoil Black Clover just because fuck that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
PJ, do we have the DP your brother right now?
Wait.
You said we had to.
Do we have the DP your brother? That's game terms and discipline. disciplinary actions. Discipline him for the disrespect he's having right now.
What? I'm not finna hype up.
Like, I can understand if you don't like the animation, but don't sit here and tell me a story.
He don't fuck with the manga.
He
don't fuck with
There's very little I can say good about that show.
He doesn't like none of it. He hates.
Are you gonna sit here because bro was copying Bleach?
No, I'm not. I'll acknowledge that. Like,
how far in the manga did you even get to?
I am caught up.
He's just a hater.
I read that shit. When they drop the 3 monthly chapters, like the chapter every 3 months.
You that make me mad.
Like, I don't. It's hard for me. Like, because one of my friends, he put me on that shit in like middle school, and I was like, okay, I saw Zora, the dude with the trap magic, and I was like, that's one of the hardest character designs I've seen. That man gets like 2 fights, and you never see him again. She had me so heated. She had me angry.
That's what Zora's screen time is what.
That's just like, I'm like, that's where the hate started. But I'm just like, I was sitting there reading, and I'm like, yeah, this is like all right. I can push through the sludge to get to this guy, and then when I'm done pushing through the sludge, there's like a little bit of peek out, so I see out of the sludge for a little bit. I'm just back in.
Are you talking about Black Clover?
Yes. It's the sludge. It's crazy.
Bro, so you're telling me...
I love Black Clover so much.
Alright, let's break it down. The zombie arc where Asta first got his second, I think he still had just the Demon Dweller blade when the zombie arc happened. When he fought that one dude who used to be a part of one of the magic teams, but then he left and then came back with like his own group and then they invaded. That arc right there, I understand if you hate it, but that was a good opening arc for Black Clover. Like, you gotta really understand that nigga Asta and Yuno had their breakthroughs right there. Noelle had her first breakthrough. She was able to use her first bit of magic. I can understand why you hate. The only thing I hate about Black Clover is the pacing, the anime pacing, the manga pacing. They was moving way too fucking fast.
Well, rather than do that, have him tell you what he didn't like about it, and you refuse. Rather than saying, I said instead of just telling him all like going arc to arc, just let him air his grievances so you could see what he doesn't like about it.
Asta's a bum. Yuno's a bum. Noelle's a bum. Like,
that's why I be laughing.
The side.
I can understand Yuno being a bum because it's like he's just too broken. Fuck Yuno, but that's my dog.
No, Yuno's.
You said Asta's a bum. Why?
I just.
Noelle's.
I don't want to say the screaming is what gets to me because I'm saying.
Because you watching it in dub.
I didn't watch it in dub. I watched it. So I read it. I didn't even watch it.
I read it. Okay,
I read it.
You read it.
And I'm sitting here. I'm like, I don't like hard-headed, ignorant, loud characters like that. He's just like...
So that means you wouldn't like, technically, Naruto.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
You definitely wouldn't like Ichigo.
No, Ichigo, I love that. He's not hard-headed. Ichigo's very level-headed. Ichigo's very level-headed in what he does.
Ichigo's level-headed when he knows he's going to get his ass beat. If he doesn't think he's going to get his ass beat, he doesn't care. He's going to fight. He's not taking a fade.
There's a difference between being confident and hard-headed. Ichigo's going in there because he like...
Okay, you know who's hard-headed? Luffy.
That's different. Luffy's the goat. We don't talk about
that.
No. That's different.
You see what I'm saying?
That's different.
No, that's not different. Luffy's just like you said,
it is kind of different. There's no main character like Luffy.
Bruh, Luffy and Goku are damn near the same. Just the decision makings are different.
They're completely different.
I'm not gonna say Goku's a bum or nothing. But
Goku has never made me feel the things Luffy's made me feel. On a heterosexual level.
Goku and Luffy both have made me scream.
I ran around the house for Goku.
No, but look,
I love Goku.
I can understand what you said because Luffy it's different. It's on a really emotional standpoint more than an excitement standpoint. Luffy's like when Luffy screams Grizzly Magnum at Kaido, that shit made me cry, bro. Because I felt
I've grown up with Luffy. I mean, technically we grew up with, but I grew up with Luffy. Like I seen him. The way it's written. I mean, like we seen Goku grow up, but it didn't feel like we was really living with Goku.
I think the problem is that. Luffy and them never had a year break or no like stop.
Right.
They kept going.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so
if Dragon Ball did how they did now, say if Dragon Ball did it like Luffy,
then it would be different.
Say if there was no Dragon Ball Z, say there was no Dragon Ball Super. It's just all together, just Dragon Ball.
Right.
Like, you can't.
It would be different, but the fact that it is that's the way it is. That's why I don't feel that same thing for Goku that I feel for Luffy.
I feel you.
Like when they say Yonko Straw Hat Luffy, I'm just like, oh my gosh! I remember when we was in the barrel. Like I remember in the barrel.
Oh my god, you remember? Cause when I was in middle school, I was watching Dragon Ball Super weekly.
Who put me on?
I was sitting there watching that shit weekly. Every Sunday when that shit came out, I was there.
Ah, you need to close the door. You said Dragon Ball Super in high school?
In middle school. I was 7th grade watching Dragon Ball Super.
Middle school was when Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, no, Dragon Ball Super ended when I was in middle. When I was in 7th grade, that's when Dragon Ball Super ended. Yeah, the last arc was in middle school. I was in 7th grade when Dragon Ball Super ended.
I was watching that bitch in high school, like early high school. I remember seeing, wow, that's crazy. Well, that was an unexpected tangent. Looking forward to Kobe's episode. Kobe will be on the podcast. That was my homeboy Kobe. He'll be making it probably sometime very soon. 42 minutes in. Let's get into it.
Is Jewish a race or an ethnicity? Before I say this, before I send this snap, is Jewish a race or an ethnicity?
Ethnicity, right?
I'm thinking.
Wait, is it a race?
Is Jewish a race or ethnicity?
Cause you can be.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. It says ethnicity.
I say you could be a German Jew. I'm like, oh, German isn't the race. That's the nationality. There's so many different. Can't we just make all things one thing? Anyway, what did she ask?
She was like, she said she wasn't Jewish. She's like, why do you ask? I was like,
okay.
Yeah, pinning that all on you. I was like, my brother said he could guess people's race. He said you were Jewish.
I mean, I guess I'll take it.
Actually, hold on, because I want to try your card. Yeah. This is I gotta give all of them names because Cosmo's already almost dead. I'm not gonna lie. Wanda's gone. Cosmo's about to go out.
R.I.P. to the legends. Mm-hmm. Who's this?
The Black Hazard. The Black Hazard. Because I got this one, like with my coworker, he let me hit this one before I bought one off of me just to test it out, and I was cooked during that shit. I was scared. I literally was cooked saying, I have a feeling of impending doom. Like, oh, this one, the Black Hazard. Oh, that's on double side already too, yeah.
Texas isn't bad.
Yeah, Texas tea and pecan pie.
Who decided to put those together?
Don't know, but this brand, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I've been low-key getting into like learning like cart brands and everything.
I had my time there. First tweet. Yeah, go for it. I don't think catching feelings for someone you've known for nearly a decade is that strange. Oh, for the 17 years hit me with the you know her very well. Oh, basically like he's scheming, playing the long game.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And he's like, oh.
It's not even that he's scheming, playing the long game. It's like, if you're... I literally saw this tweet earlier. I'm like, I don't think it's that crazy.
It's not, because if the person is just conventionally attractive, like, they're not ugly, if you get really close to somebody where you have strong feelings for them, like, even if they're platonic feelings...
You're gonna like it.
Yeah.
You're gonna like it. I don't think it's that crazy.
That line is very hard to blur. Maybe... it could also just be different for women, because I always see, I'm like, as a guy, I'm like, if I really, really care for you, there's not that much a line difference between whether it's like platonic or romantic. Those lines can easily hop left and right. You out of here?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my hair braided right quick.
All right, episode 3, you're gonna be on here.
This?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Kingston next time I do it. I'm gonna get you after that. Oh.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got you, brother. You already know.
Peace out, bro.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, see, man. Yeah, I was like, literally all of like my close girlfriends are girls I've liked before. And once they figure out, hey, I don't got feelings for you, I'm like, dang, okay, I like you for a reason. You're a cool person.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you're a cool person. That's why we're friends in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. But, like I said, maybe it's just different for women. Chris Bosh was never a top 10 player in the league. I don't think that's controversial.
I don't know basketball like that, but
right. I feel like that's not your wheelhouse, but
I know enough. I think I could probably name 10 better people than Chris Bosh. Not even watching basketball. I think I can know.
But it's like in the time he was playing.
In the time he was playing.
Yeah, that's why it says in the league.
Is he still playing now?
No.
Okay, I'm like.
He retired.
Yeah, because I knew it was like him, D Wade, and LeBron playing at the time.
Right. I'm on the same. I'm like, we're from the East. I can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell if this is a controversial take. I don't think that's controversial at all. Next up, Zoro's been constantly using Conqueror's Haki since Wano yet black. Like, I had a thought while I was Ubering yesterday, just thinking about this. I'm like, again, in a completely heterosexual way, isn't it like way sexier that Zoro's just been leaking Conqueror's Haki, not even knowing it? Like, we've been seeing the black sparks. He's like, oh my, I'm letting my Haki go, and we're like, oh, I have Conquerors. I was like, it's like infinitely cooler.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I feel like he has it like in his own, because he's like channeling it through his sword. We haven't seen anybody channel it through, but we haven't, not in the way that Zoro does it. Kind of, I don't think we've seen anybody like, because like he like the little like.
Oh, Roger. Are you talking about like the fire and everything? Like that's unique.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that kind of
like with the streets and everything. Roger had that in his sword when he did the Clash.
Okay, but that's Roger. That's like
right.
But I'm like other than like yeah, I'm like, but I'm thinking like Zoro.
Did Shanks have it into the Divine Departure?
I don't think Shanks did. I don't think he did. I think we just saw Shanks' sword in like Red Lightning.
Interesting. Anyway, I didn't finish. Wait, did you finish your thought? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't finish reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Constant sense of lighting wasn't seen around him consciously. The Goofy Group was forming Conqueror's Haki is actually lightning. Oda always draws it. What is he saying?
He's saying that like if somebody has Conqueror's Haki, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the black light. I don't think we've seen also.
Well, random tangent. I think this kind of confirms that Luffy wasn't really using Conqueror's Haki and Egghead, right? If Scopper's advice was like, think about how you're using your Conqueror's Haki. They're not immortal. And Luffy the entire time in Egghead was like, oh, they're immortal. Wasn't that kind of like...
And he wasn't using Conquerors?
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought about. I was like, okay, so he wasn't using the Conquerors against the Gorosei. Anyway. Bonnie Blue was actually... Oh, I remember people have been... This has been this thing that she's a transgender.
I think they just pulled a random dude that kind of looks like her.
I think so, too. Can't believe we're still alive.
I'm not gonna lie.
We all did it.
Yeah, I remember how he was talking about the poltergeist and everything. It's Bonnie Blue, man.
Would you?
No, I'm going to die. I would die in there. I feel like.
No, I don't even mean like in the line. I just mean like 1-on-1.
Like, and she hasn't done. I still think my soul's getting taken.
Okay.
I still think my soul's.
I just watched her interview with Andrew Tate. She literally said that she likes young guys because she can see their soul, see the soul leaving their body.
I was like, a succubus. She's gathering energy to take over the planet. She is the Antichrist. It's her and what's the other one's name? Miss B Nasty. The look in that woman's eyes, that woman is the Antichrist. Anytime I see like a picture of her, I'm like, you're the devil.
Honestly, I get that. I thought you were gonna say the other girl she's in competition with, but no, Miss B Nasty.
Oh, it's about Sophie Rain.
I think.
I don't know who she. I know that Sophie Rain's been trying to like. She's like, oh, you're turning OnlyFans into a clown show. You're turning it into a circus. You know, it's no longer about women empowerment.
No, then not her. There was another girl who took her idea about sleeping with
I haven't seen that, but
I mean, 1,000 men. I asked my group chat this: how many girls do you think you can go take down in one day?
Yeah, strong like. 4.
Right, 'cause I said maybe 6. If I wake up at 12, like if I get from 12 to 12, I was thinking maybe 6.
Do I get enhancements?
No, like pills, like caffeine, sure.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'd pop around up. I go for like 30. It's like.
I was like, you can do pre-workout, but no boner pills.
Well, rhino pills aren't boner pills. They're more just like sexual enhancement pills. They don't just give you the boner; they give you the drive. Right? They give you the power.
I guess you said with a rhino pill you taking 30?
Let me take 30 off a rhino pill. Cause I'm not stopping. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I've been so curious about how gas station pills really work. Cause I always see them. And I'm like,
if how I was moving off a honey pack is nothing compared to how I'm moving off a rhino pill. Cause when I was off a honey pack, I was like biting stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I was like.
It's that crazy.
Yeah,
the honey pack.
Well, I'm not biting her. I was like, once we were done, I was like sitting there, like laying in bed, like still riding.
No, like I thought you meant like you were ready to bite things. So like you were.
Yeah, I know I was. I was like, yeah, me and this one girl. I took the honey pack and I was like, I finished once and I was like, that's not enough. That's not.
Well, that's things I'm gonna add to the experiments. Honey packs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, cause the thing is, she did 1,057 dudes in one day. So I was like,
there's no way all those guys are finishing.
no, they got 30 seconds to a minute.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, some dudes did finish, but the way she was talking about it, she was like covered in cum. Guys were still. I was like, no,
Yeah,
white flag.
Like...
But yeah, just when I was thinking about that, I was like, she did 1,057. So I asked my group chat, I was like, how many do y'all think girls y'all could do it one day? And everybody was like 5, 6 max.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 4. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. And she did like, what, 200 times? No, not 200, but close to that. Now subscribing to Unlock. Chilling with a babe who's actively lying to her man about her whereabouts while she's laying next to you just does something to you.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. Mm-hmm.
Cause I told you about my situation when we were on the way down here.
Mm-hmm.
When it was like first happening, like over a year ago, and we would just be together. I'm like, what's happening here? You start feeling bad for the guy a little bit until you're evil.
No, not really. I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I say unless you're evil, because I get kind of evil.
Because like with my occasion, the guy came in and they started dating. I was already there.
Right.
I was already making moves. He just came in there, and I was like, yeah, okay, no, this is still my. Ooh, that's gonna sound crazy. I had quite the comparison. I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm glad you still censored. I already got to do enough editing. What a crazy first episode. What a great first episode. Yeah, but no, you feel something inside of you. And it can go either one or two ways. It's just like, dang, this is really the life we're living. It's the evil world out here, or you can be the evil in this world.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, I'm like, dang, what if this happens to me? But I'm like, no, I won't.
That's it?
It won't.
Just...
It won't. It just won't.
Any reason why, or is it just you wouldn't let that shit happen?
You just want to happen. It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't. I would simply will that it, like, if it does happen, it didn't. Like,
honestly, it'd be like that.
Yes, if it does, you're going to see me on the news, bro. You're going to see me on the news.
So it won't. Skip is in hell right now. He can't even make a segment out of this one. Brady was his only hope. Soon MJ's gonna say it out loud too. Did they say that? Did he say Brown was the GOAT or something? Okay, I don't even know. Not worth finding out. Any take on this?
I don't know what Skip's talking about. So.
Right. What will be the craziest plot twist to happen in Game 7? You following? You obviously had something on your mind. You want to share with the class?
The Iran bomb somehow make it. The Iran bomb somehow make it.
Whew. I've been watching a lot of comedy podcasts recently, and one thing I didn't mean to click on this. I was trying to move directly. One thing I love more than anything that I've come to appreciate are callbacks to earlier jokes in the episode. Mm. That was flawless. The Iran.
And I've been seeing like this is like the first time like a Game 7 has happened in a while, right?
Yes, it's 2016.
It's 2016, yeah. So that would be quite the game changer. What else was going on in 2016? Were we fighting in the Middle East since 2016?
We've been fighting in the Middle East since goddamn 1980.
Oh.
1990.
I really feel like that's gonna be the top
formally
comment
or informally.
Too. I think it's gonna be the top comment, like the Iran bomb.
Yeah, let's check it out. Nah, see, I was gonna say, I forgot to say mine. Mine would be Haliburton foul bait. You probably aren't following basketball.
Not too much.
But like Shea is really infamous for foul baiting, and people don't like that. And Tyrese Haliburton is not an explosive scorer. He's like the opposite of Shea. Super conservative, super Chris Paul as a point guard. So I think the most ironic plot twist would be Shea having a bad game while Haliburton goes for 30 and foul baiting Shea for the game-winning free throws. I feel like that would be the most.
Because I'm not like, because I know, because it's on tonight, right?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
call him Haliban since the New York series.
The first tweet I saw about the first thing I heard about games, it was this white dude with like Tyrese Halliburton's jersey wrapped around his head like a turban, saying "Mashallah, praise be to Haliban." And I saw that and I was like, what? Because I didn't really know about Tyrese Halliburton like that.
Yeah.
The only thing I really knew, he showed up in WWE one time, and I think it was him and Shai had like a stare down, and I was like, who are these people? Who are these people?
Yeah, he is on the most clutch run in playoff history. He's hitting 4-game winners, one in every series so far. It's never been done.
Because they're sacrificing babies in a locker room. Like at the 2-minute mark, he looks at a couple of guys. He sends a little message. He's like, they slid either baby or virgin, throw it over the altar, and then just he's able to make the shot.
Could be, or they're like having them get possessed by the freaking Monstars or something. Because he got right before the playoffs, he got voted the most overrated player in the NBA by a couple of different players and stuff.
I will show you overrated.
Yeah, and after the first series, he was like overrated. What? Because they beat I don't remember, but it was a team that was like, okay, they're good. They beat the Bucks, but it's like, okay, the Bucks were hurt. They weren't really making it. Giannis played good, but it was like, okay. So then he was like, overrate that. Then they played the 1 seed, the Cavs, who been a juggernaut all year, and they cooked the Cavs. They cooked them. So it was like, oh, this is kind of getting crazy. And then they cooked the Knicks with all buzzer beaters happening every series. It's like, oh, this is So they got possessed by the Monsters. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, when the Knicks, I remember seeing all the videos like the New Yorkers going crazy when the Knicks were playing. I'm like,
yeah, they beat Boston, which was a huge because New England's right there next to New York, so they always have their beef. Do you support Donald Trump in the U.S. military?
I do not. I can't say that. Yeah, I'll go with a. Do I want to say a fuck no? I
think I'm at a no. I'm not at a fuck no, because, like, I am a fuck no in this situation.
Yeah, in this situation, I'm just like...
But overall, I'm like, okay, right, I'm just a no. Because, like, I don't support the U.S. military at all. It's like, okay. And then Mexico gets balls for once, and Canada decides to invade. It's like, okay, I kind of support the troops now.
I don't know. I'm half and half on... I don't like thinking about military stuff. I'm like...
I'm the exact opposite. I'm stuck in this Call of War game. Oh. Look who it is. Everything seems to be okay now. How long do you think that's gonna last? The Times is on it. The briefing has referred to B-2 pilots as our boys on those bombers, yet both men and women are trained to fly them. How do you feel about XF not including inclusive gender talk?
And as liberal brained as I am, anytime I see something like that, my brain immediately, whoa! It's woke. Why are you talking about that? That woke shit off my feet.
The take on this tweet is woke.
Whoa!
No, I'm
my friends
totally
joke about
kidding.
that too much. Cause I'm friends with gay people. I'm just saying, I'm just like,
yeah.
Anytime we see something, I'm like, it's that fucking woke shit, man. I don't want to see that woke shit.
Yeah. We just bombed nuclear facilities, and
this is what we're worried about.
And the topic is.
This is what we're worried about. Let me know if a woman went and bombed them too.
Let me see. Do we know?
Imagine watching stuff. Takeaway is not gender inclusive enough to.
I just want to know, like, were there women flying? 'Cause what if it was just 2 guy pilots that went out? I don't know how many pilots they took to bomb these places.
Like, I don't think it mattered. Like, the place got bombed. And it's like.
Guys, childhood girlfriend. Long history between 2. Sits between your legs. What do you mean by that?
It's kind of like you're sitting here and you guys are just like doing some. She's like sitting there.
Oh.
I saw this one earlier, and the bottom left is what got me. The bottom left.
I was still going down. I was like, the bottom. we're an hour in. No one cares. Like I said, no one cares about Jew criticism 20 minutes in. I don't think it was 6 million, but how do people think it never happened?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I just don't know what that has to do with anything. Like, out of all of my childhood friends that I've talked to, none of them have said that.
What the fuck is that smell?
It's just saying like the guy who posted it's probably stinky. Like, the guy who made it is probably stinky.
You're so tall now. I don't think I've ever heard a person tell me I'm so tall now.
Yeah, because you're like 5'4".
From 5'4", you're like 5'4" and a half. Like,
better than 5'4". I could round that up to 5'6".
5'4" and a half.
5'4" and a half is basically 5'5", but no one's actually 5'5", so I'm really 5'6". Then you had to name 5 people who are 5'5".
That's what I gotta feel like, because like when I first stopped growing, the last time I went to the doctor, it said it was 5'5". Or no, I think it was when I got my driving license. No. Yeah, last time I went to the doctor, so I was like 5'5". I haven't really grown since that point. When I got my driving license, they said 5'7". I wanted to get a physical, they said 5'6". I'm like, okay, I haven't grown since 5'5", so this 5'5" is like, nah, this is not a thing anymore. People are barely even 5'6" now. You're 5'7". Like,
oh, really?
I haven't seen a 5'6". You either 5'6" flat, but if you're like even a little bit over 5'6", it's like it's 5'7".
I think.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
5'6".
So I think I can start lying on my dating profile. Then I think I can pull off 5'8". If I said 5'8", I don't think anybody would question it. Like,
stand up real quick. I don't think I question 5'8".
I think I can pull off 5'8". Like,
yeah, I've seen people your height tell me with a straight face they're 5'8". I'm like, I'm not 5'8", so I know you're not 5'8", but I'd believe it if I wasn't not 5'8". You can start pushing 5'8".
I think I could put I with the hair.
I've been
down,
pushing 5'7", so I've been like, I don't know if I'm really 5'7" or 5'6". I've been just saying 5'7". Is it time to push 5'8"?
It's time to push 5'8". I think we can do it. I think if you just have enough confidence when you say it, it'll be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Maybe to the huzz, but I've thought about it like, if I'm a fighter, like that's gonna be measured and plastered everywhere. You're like, oh, he's a fighter. Oh, literally, on my Instagram, 5'6", like that's tough.
Yes, I think you can get away with that one. I can't. I don't know.
Good luck with that. Good luck on your journey. None of that. Okay, we gave our bunch of takes on that. Kizaru versus Loki. Who you got?
This is one thing I don't like about One Piece scaling. One Piece scaling.
The day a new character is introduced, we're power scaling.
That's what I'm saying. And like One Piece, it's so like statement and portrayal based. Because when I was a power scaler, if you brought up statements and portrayals and you didn't give actual feats, they're gonna kill you, bro. Whoever you're talking to, they are going to demolish you. You don't have like concrete stuff.
That's why I love power scaling. I always bring concrete stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I just don't think there's much concrete for Loki.
There isn't. There's nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, whenever I see something like that, I'm like, I don't know. Or like people talk about like Figureland. Like yeah, like you know, I'm like, what have we seen him do? What have we seen him do? No. I'm sorry, Shamrock. You know, I meant Shamrock. Because Figureland, that's just the family name.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Garland, but yeah, Shamrock.
Garland too. Garland too. I don't know.
Oh, I love it because that's the thing with One Piece that scaling. I totally love that because all you have is statements and portrayal until you get feats. People we've seen. Let's see who's somebody like. Let's say for Doflamingo, for example, people will try and go off statements to upscale Doflamingo. We seen you fight at your peak.
Yeah, I'm like, there's not
like we seen you fight at your max, and people are like, no, but we could do this. What about this? I'm like, we know your max, and I see that a lot. Like, not necessarily Kizaru, there's only nerfed, but even before that, like Kid, I'm like, we saw everything Kid had in his kit. We watched him fight, and you're trying to tell me that he can do things he can't. Even like him versus Law, we saw them side by side, literally fighting. And the people talk like who they're fighting are like, damn, Law, chill out. Mm-hmm. And don't say nothing to Kid.
I'm like, you can put a little more into it. Take some of Law's work. Let him take a breather real quick.
Literally kind of was like, need some more mass. And literally like, Trafalgar, your techniques, sir. Trafalgar, Big Mom, literally broken wrist. Trafalgar's techniques are so dangerous. Everybody, all the Kid fans, Kid broke her wrist. I'm like, what did she just say? It's hilarious.
I couldn't do it. Do you know who Seth the programmer is?
Yes, I haven't watched any of his videos in the past 8 years.
You shouldn't. Well, I mean, because he's like a weird pedophile now, but
Okay, we're almost an hour in. Let's do the pedophile talk. I think we made this right. What type of, like, we talking about? What are the allegations against him?
Oh my god, it was so funny. That was the funniest day on Twitter. There was like I don't remember what happened, like how it got started, but he was like trying to get like a young person, like I think she was like 14, 15, to send him nudes. I think she was talking like it was like it was in his Discord stuff and they were like talking about it. He was like, yeah man, send proof. He was like actively like going on about it, like, and he had a kid. When this isn't pedo, this is weird. He had a kid eat poop to get mod in his server.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, and I'm
that's
like,
weird.
And apparently he's back. Like he was like, yeah, I'm taking a break or anything, and came back like 6 months later, still doing stuff. And I'm like, I can't stand that nigga because
still poop eating or like anime videos.
Anime videos, not eating poop. I was like, no, because.
Have you ever heard of H. pylori before?
H. pylori, no.
Yeah, I found this disease you can get from eating too much ass. Like.
Is there a vaccine for it? I might need to get my shots.
I don't know, but I've been listening to Mark. No, he caught it once from like it's like when you inhale too much fecal matter from eating ass, and he was talking about like doesn't care like don't want the shower. He's like you want the crust and everything. I was like, as a person who's not against, what do they call it, tossing the salad? Mm-hmm. I never, in my mind, thought, yeah, let me get a dirty ass.
Yeah, no. I mean, every once in a while you're down there, kind of peeks at you. I'm like, I'll get to you later, but then I don't actually get to it.
Right.
I'll get to you
I have that feeling, but if I see crust, I'm not having.
Oh yeah, no. If I see crust, I'm not. I shouldn't be having sex with you anyways. If you have a dirty butt, I don't want to be around you.
Right.
But I was very upset with the program because I was like, I despise that man because him and some other people, they were working on like a comprehensive Ichigo versus Naruto video and they released a trailer for it and it looked so good and then all this stuff came out about him. Oh, that's also another, he scammed, like, he did like a little Kickstarter for it to fund the animation and then nigga took all the money and left. Didn't refund anybody. Gave no updates. And that shit looked so clean. And I was like, I was finally ready for like somebody to act his death battle fucking. I hate Death Battle so much.
Why do you hate Death Battle so much?
Death Battle is horrible. Death Battle is moron. Death Battle is run by morons. Like they are rarely correct. They're rarely correct. I just watched their
Death Battle. If you're seeing this, we challenge you to a debate.
Oh my god, I would. What are their names? Wiz, Boomstick. Hop in Discord VC.
I'm the Discord VC.
Bring your scans, bro. and cause they did Kyle Rayner, the White Lantern versus Simon from Gurren Lagann. And I'm like, they were pulling out just like, they said that Simon has like more willpower than the nigga who literally has the being that's made out of the concept of will inside of him. He owns that nigga. I'm like, they said Naruto beats Ichigo. They said Madara beats Aizen. I'm just like,
Madara waxes Aizen. Death Battle. If you see this drop, I don't think Aizen is really like that at all. If you're not like, he's a good long-term schemer, but I think Madara's even a better long-term schemer. But besides that, if you're not already under his plans, like, that's how Ichigo was able to just like, I mean, he did have to like level up and everything, but like, if you weren't under already, what's his Zanpakuto? Yeah, like, you're really at a major event. Like, his whole thing comes from the fact that, oh, I got your mind already.
And I will not spoil. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just like, Thousand Year Blood War does a lot for the Aizen agenda.
I did hear that. I gotta watch that. I'm still on the first quarter. I gave up because I was streaming it and I stopped streaming and I never were watching it. But it's just one of those things, it's like, it's a drag to pick up. But once you have it up, it's like, oh my gosh, this is great. And you just fly through it. There's something else I was talking to my friend about that was kind of like that. We'll do a couple more. This is why.
Another one.
Bro, this is the biggest Zionist I've seen in my entire. All of her tweets are just like Israel, just double hand gawking. And it's an anonymous person, so I don't know. They're probably Jewish, but it's like, all you gonna do? Because they were so good during the run up to the election. Like they sounded good, made good posts, and as soon as the Israel topic comes, it's just like all common logic just goes out the window. Any thoughts about this is what I voted for?
I've been seeing the give back. I was like, yeah, this is what y'all voted for, and if you're owning up to it, it's like, how can you be happy about this, man?
That's the thing. Like, if you were truly America first, this isn't what you voted for. So when the people come out and say this is what, so you voted for the United States to help Israel bomb Iran? Yeah. This is literally what we accuse you of, and you're saying this is what I voted for. I'm like,
yeah, you're doubling down. I'm like, okay.
You're admitting it. Like people, I see when deportation and stuff, they're like, oh, this is what I voted for. I'm like, okay, I get that, because you voted for deportation, like you voted for mass deportations. People are outright saying that. No one's outright saying I'm voting for United States to bomb Iran with Israel, but we've been saying, like, we've been accusing you of that, and now you're just like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I voted. You're telling on yourself. Go and list. I don't.
She did.
Yeah, congratulations.
Ooh.
I guess. So you infuse yourself with the color of a supreme king. Yeah, I had a feeling I was understanding majority. You seem quite at ease with it.
They're trying to say Luffy and Zoro is better at using Kankasaki than Luffy.
I love it. I love Zoro upscale so much because unlike Shanks upscale, unlike Kid upscale, Zoro's upscale is literally just super obvious. Mm-hmm. Like you can just use like this. It's like it's putting it right there in your face. That it's like, oh, you can usually easily upscale this to Zoro, but obviously like his feats and stuff, I won't say hold it back because he does have the Ashra moment with Kaido. But then he's like, oh, I just at least wanted to knock you down and stuff, but you still fucking scarred Kaido. Like, can you really downskill somebody like that? When you say like, oh, he's fighting Rob Lucci, like Oda puts him in situations where you can try and keep his upscale at bay. But you just look at things people say about him, it's like.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, if Zoro was definitively stronger than Luffy, I wouldn't hate it. I kind of like it when stories have like the main character not be the strongest in the cast,
or at least it'd be objective. Like Naruto and Sasuke, like I think Naruto was clearly stronger than Sasuke because Sasuke was trying to kill him all the time and was able and unable to. But if you come in with an objective view, you can come out thinking that Sasuke's stronger. So I wouldn't mind. And also, even if you look at the beginning of the story, there was like no clear indication that Zoro was weaker than Luffy. It was just like, oh, this crazy demon that we got locked up over here. Everybody knows, the pirate hunter. And they also say, like, oh my gosh, he's the second in command? This guy, I thought this guy was going to be the captain.
Yeah,
so I was like...
Maybe like towards the start, Zoro was stronger than Luffy. I feel like the more like Luffy actually got like experience.
I feel like... Damn, where was I going with that? I don't remember. Anyway. You were saying something before I went into that little tangent. Do you remember what it was?
Not at all, no.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I was like, maybe I should let him finish before I go off, because...
I did not remember, not really, no. Mom really doesn't grasp the fact that I am not religious. Like, she doesn't get, did you pray about it? I'm like, no, I don't pray. I don't do that.
Why not?
Hasn't worked before, ever. It hasn't worked the years when I was doing it. I don't see why it would start working now. That's my main issue with it. I don't believe in God. I feel like if God was as, like, loving and caring as he is, I wouldn't have had to live the life I did.
Understandable. Like, I get that feeling about it, but there's, like, the more I study, like, religion and the concept of God, like, throughout, it never says anything about, oh, because God exists, life is going to be good. It's actually quite the opposite. It's like, oh, life is going to be terrible and it's going to suck, but you're gonna get through it if you believe, like, because when someone has your back, like, as long as you keep pushing, you'll get through it. And God is the reason to keep pushing because He has your back. It's not like, oh, life is gonna be good. It actually says like something about like the whole thing about like broader shoulder, like not asking for a lighter burden, but strength to carry a heavier burden. That's more the concept that I get from it. But I get when people say like, oh, if God exists, why does slavery happen? Because it's like He gave us free will. We are animals, so we're gonna do animalistic things.
And that's fair, but it's like the Bible talks about how much like God loves you, and I'm not saying God is gonna, but I'm like, if He had love for me, I'm not gonna say none of this would have happened, but there will be times where I'm sitting here and like, and it's when it comes to like prayer and everything, it's like, yeah, you know, like if you pray, you know, something will come from it. Nothing came from it. I don't think that if somebody loved me, they would let me exist in that space. Something would have happened, and
one can argue something did happen.
But it wasn't because of God. It was because of stuff I went out and did myself.
But, like, what do you think God is? Like, what do you... Let me just go from where I come from first, is, like, I don't think of God as, like, this magical person pressing buttons upstairs, like, controlling the way my life goes. I think of more of, like, all the stuff we can observe, like science and stuff, that is pretty much God. Like, pretty much letting us run on autopilot. And the whole love part comes from, like, once we leave here, we're not going to burn in hell. Because, like, if it's really, like, sin is... Like, God loves us so much that He sent Jesus so we won't, you know, burn. Because that's, like, the ultimate sacrifice. Once you have a kid or a part of you, give it up for somebody else. That is ultimate sacrifice. But back to what I was saying, I think God is like the fact that there's a good in every bad, no matter how bad it is. That's how I want to put it. I think God is just the good. All of the good in life. That's how I look at it. So like even all of the terrible things that we had to go through, that you had to go through, you can find a slimmer of good, no matter how dark it is. I think, because we say like Jesus is the light, and that's kind of how I go with it. So it's like if you look for God in things rather than hoping that God does things for you. If you think of like, oh, yeah, this sucks, but this one good thing happens. That good thing is the God.
This is gonna sound ridiculous, but if I went out and did something to change that, if I went out, I'm not accrediting that to God.
Change what?
Like my biggest issue, like what, you know, living with mom and dad and everything.
Yeah.
Where I decided, I was like, hey, look, when the second homeless thing hit, I was like, hey, I'm going to go live with Miles rather than stay here because I'm not doing that again. I'm not going to say.
I think, like, in my situation, I think that God just gave me the opportunity to meet Kingston and have Miss Terica be so loving. Like, God would be the love Miss Terica has. You know, allowing me to come into their home and stuff like that. Not like, oh. I mean, I do think of it as, like, God put me in this position. But, because I just think of all the good things as God. Because, like, we have free will. We can choose. In every situation, we can choose. Like, as bad as it is, there's always an option. We all could have picked up a knife and just killed Dad in his sleep. As crazy that sounds. We had that option. We chose not to. Because we were just focused on the good. Like, me, you, and Imani have a special bond. We're all closer than we used to be. Like, a lot closer. But, like, we have a special bond because we went through that. And I don't think we would have had the same type of mom if we didn't have the type of dad we had. I think the goodness in mom is God. The fact that we are the way we are is part of God. That's just how I look at it. So I understand not, like, from your perspective, I understand what not believing in God is. I had to completely change my perspective. Because I did used to think, like, oh, God is controlling this man in the sky. But, like, when I study religion and, like, why religion came about and what religion really teaches, I think it was more just like, oh, this is the way we want people to live because of the good in the world. My favorite example. Me and you are on a boat. We both get shipwrecked. 2 different islands. You go to an island full of really devout believers. I go to an island of murderous cannibals. I get to the island, I instantly get killed and eaten. They help you, they feed you, they teach you their culture, they help you build you a boat to bring you back. All because they believe in God. In that situation, God saved your life. Because even if God isn't real, the fact that they believe in God and act in accordance to how I think God should want them to live, God technically saved your life, even if there isn't a God, the idea of God.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the life-changing thing that would probably convert me. Oh, hey, yeah, God just saved my life, but I haven't had something like that in my life, so I'm like.
That's why. Yeah, so I always look for God in the small things, even in the little things, like the barbecue we're about to go to. Yeah, sad dad died. Sad that we didn't get the max sentence, but it's finna go hang out with my nieces and my nephew and my family. And we got to do this podcast and drive. It's I just look for the good in the small things. I feel like that was really good.
Yeah, I'm
You want me to edit that out?
I'm you don't have to.
That was kind of good. That was kind of good. Honestly, I think that's a good point to end it off on. Oh, and Kingston just called me, and Mom just sent me a okay, yeah, we're out of here. Do you have anything you want to plug outside of your story? Oh, duh, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. We're not ending it yet. What's you gonna do now? Because you said you don't have the ambition for that story, but it made it seem like you had something else you want to work on.
There's something I have the next 4 novel series planned. Not fully planned, but a broad skeleton of it.
Yeah.
Because the first 3 series I want to write are kind of I want to say prequels, but daughter series to the main one. Right. So once I get those out, then.
Ooh, this is I didn't even start. Yeah. I can't even. Kind of the Percy Jackson. I like how when you have multiple series that merge into.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was none of them are none of them, the 3 daughters, they're not related at all. They're just kind of separate things, and they kind of go into the top one. Yeah, so I was the second one, it's a superhero story. Yeah, it's about this girl. She's the daughter of that world's Superman.
Okay.
And she's she obviously wants to be a superhero, but she doesn't like the way American superheroes are portrayed and everything. So she tries to form her own Power Rangers team. And
I know you're gonna.
I was I think I like.
You're gonna have fun writing this one. Yeah.
But it's still just the casual superhero story, they're everything, but she's just going out of her way trying to make have her own little team and everything, and has some little nods to that and everything.
Nice.
But so it's literally just akin to Invincible or The Boys or something, but.
That's what I was thinking. I was kind of gives the boys.
Yeah, but it's not a superhero. All the villains, all the heroes are corrupt. Everything's corrupt. God, no, it's not like that. It's it's just an average day in a superhero world. But she's just trying to do everything, and there's no because it's each book is they're not they're all still together, but there's not just one long plot line. There's not one final goal. It's final goal for book 1, final goal for book 2, final goal for book 3. Yeah.
Okay. You have a timetable for?
Timetable, not really. Because I haven't. I'd still have to game plan that book.
So check out Love Is.
With Love Comes Violence.
With Love Comes Violence. I'm gonna nail that one of these times. On what?
Wattpad. Yeah. The first 9 chapters are up. I think I'm probably gonna finish that last chapter and then cut it. Yeah.
So y'all heard that. Yeah, like this video. If you like this, so I know that I can pump more of these out. Episode 2 will be coming soon. If I get, a couple likes. If this gets probably more than 50 views, I'm probably popping out more episodes. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all be easy. Like the video. Sub to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.